Are you looking to start a website? If you're a web developer or a small business, have you decided that you need to get a presence on the web but aren't sure where to start? Stay tuned to find out more. Hey guys, this is Nick from Mobile Code Media. So today I want to talk about how to register a domain name for your website. Now, what is a domain name? A domain name is just an easy way for people to find your site, where it maps an easy to remember word or phrase to an IP address, which is the server where your website is stored. Think of a domain name as a sign that says where your site lives and tells computers how to find it. At an abstract level, there are two parts here. You need a domain name and then you need web hosting, because the files for the site actually need to be hosted on a computer that is connected to the internet and is never turned off. This video is going to focus on the first part, which is the domain name, but in future videos I'm going to go through the whole process of setting up a website. You're probably wondering if you can get the domain name the same place that you get web hosting. The answer is that yes you can, but that's often similar to buying popcorn at the movies. It's probably going to be more expensive than it needs to be. A lot of domain registrars will often give you a registration coupon, hoping that they'll make more money on your domain renewal after the registration expires after 1 year. So you might buy the domain for $9 with a coupon, and they're hoping they make $13 on auto bills next year, since you have to register your domain name each year and pay a fee. So you might buy the domain for $9 with a coupon, and they're hoping that they make $13 when it auto bills next year, since you have to register your domain name each and every year and pay a fee. And they're also hoping to upsell you on other things like domain privacy and site lock features. And it just tends to be a little bit more when you buy from the web host, because they're banking on that convenience essentially. Some popular domain registrars are GoDaddy. You've probably seen their commercials before. Namecheap, and the one that I personally use most often is Name.com, which is the one I have shown here. Now, full disclosure, but I have an affiliate link for Name.com, and I make a tiny commission if you use them, but I've been using them for years and years, and I've been very happy with them and their customer support. So they're the ones that I recommend, and that's why I created an affiliate account with them. Their interface is also really easy to use. So if you want to support the channel, you can go to mobilecodemedia.com/domains as shown on the screen, and I get a tiny commission if you sign up. But I really like these guys, and I've been using them for years. So the first thing I generally do is I do a Google search for a domain coupon for Name.com, since that's who I use. So if I pull that up, you can see I've done the search here. And then on their site, they actually list some promo codes on a promo codes part of their site. So we see for new customers, there's one here that says hello, and at checkout you pay $7.99 to register a domain. So with this one, you get $7.99 for the first year, and you have to register the domain each and every year. You can register multiple years at the same time, but it has to be paid for essentially every year. So here's a renewal coupon, and over here is a hosting coupon. Now, I've never used them for hosting, but I'll get to that in my next video, so stick with me. So in this case, I've got my hello coupon, and I want to register something for $8. Now, domain registration has to be unique, so you can't register something that is already taken. And I will admit, since .com top-level domains, otherwise known as TLDs, have been around for decades, a lot of the really good ones are taken. You won't find domains like hardware.com or toolshop.com for $8. You'd have to check if they're for sale on a secondary market for big bucks. But let's just say that we have our own business name and it's pretty unique, so we're pretty sure that we can get what we want. So if I go back over here, let me enter one. Let me just pick Nick's hardwaretx.com, and let's pretend this is my business. So Google recommends that domain names be no longer than 15 characters, and that's where I'm at with this one. You also don't want it longer than 3 words. You don't want something too long, because then people won't want to type it regardless. Even though I typed it a certain way, you can see here, domain names are not case sensitive. So all of these letters, uppercase, lowercase, or a mix, are all valid for domain names, domain registrations. So we can see that my domain is available, but I also see all of the other choices down here. .com stands for commerce, and it is decades old and the best choice if you can get your preferred name with that TLD. Other TLD top-level domains are .net, .org, .info, stuff like that. We even have what's called GTLDs like .shop and .parts, .photography, stuff like that. Just generic TLDs. .net and .org are okay because people are used to seeing them, but I wouldn't recommend anything outside of that. While GTLDs and other uncommon ones like .biz and .info rank in Google, users just aren't as familiar with them, and some will try to add .com to everything and get confused when a site doesn't load, or they'll not want to go there because they think it's a hacker trick. Stick with .com, .net, or if you have to, .org, with .com being the best. And if you buy the .com, you can see they bundle it here, where I can get .com, .net, .org. Stick with just the .com if that's available. You'll be fine with that. I wouldn't worry too much about registering the other ones. So we see when we add it to the cart that they're trying to sell me all of these extras. I don't really want all this because I'm looking to just buy the domain here. Remember that $8 coupon is a loss leader, get you in the door spending. I can add all this other stuff later if I decide that I need to, so I'll just click no thanks at the bottom and continue. You can also see here they defaulted to 2 years. If you want to, that's fine, but I usually just do 1 year at a time and then look for another coupon when the renewal comes around. And you can always transfer your domain to a different registrar if you find a really good coupon at renewal time. So realize that you're not stuck with these guys forever if you don't want to be. And if we look at these extras, we see that we're offered an SSL, a Domain Lock Plus, and Whois Privacy. Now, wherever you host the website will probably offer you a free domain validated SSL, which is the free one, so we don't need that. You can already lock your domain to prevent a transfer, so we don't need that either. This is just going to be extra protection, this Domain Lock Plus, but I don't really know even what it's doing. In all my years, I've never had anybody try and steal, or at least that successfully was able to steal a domain, because they would have to hack your account, unlock the domain, and do a little bit of work to even get it transferred, because they would technically also have to hack the email that's in the Whois to allow the transfer, because it sends an email to make sure that the transfer is allowed. So I don't feel we need that. The most important part here is the Whois Privacy. So it says prevent spam calls and hide personal info from public Whois. So here is the domain Whois lookup for my site, which is mobilecodemedia.com. You can see that's what I looked up here. And you can see some of my information here. You can see the company name, my name, the address, phone number, and the email address. Now this is like a phone book for domain registrations. That's what the Whois database is. If you want this stuff masked, then you need to pay for what's called Whois Privacy. If you pay for that, then none of your info will be listed. That's a personal preference, so it's up to you, but that's what it does. I'm not really worried myself because it just has a P.O. box listed, so if anybody sends me spam physical mail, it would just go to my P.O. box. As for my spamming my Gmail address, Gmail's pretty good at filtering those, so I'm not really worried about that. But it's really just personal preference, so it's all up to you if you decide that that's what you want to do. So we can see that I've trimmed it down to what I want to pay for, then I enter the coupon code and check out. That's pretty much all there is to actually registering a domain name. In a later video, I'm going to show you how to set the name servers for this domain name, but we can only do that after we've bought web hosting somewhere to match it to. And as a reminder, if you want to help support this channel, please use my affiliate link, which is mobilecodemedia.com/domains. And if you decide to use that, I get a tiny commission, which helps keep this channel going. So we've gone over how to register a domain name, how you should limit it to about 3 words and no more than 15 characters, how you should do your best to stick to .com, but even a .net or even a .org is tolerable. We've also gone over how to search for a coupon and how to not get upsold more than you want to be. And in the next video, we're going to go over how to get web hosting and what to look for so you can find a plan that works for you. Now, I know that a lot of us are developers or developers in training, but it's easy to sit at your desk all day and not get up and move around. So make sure that you set some time aside to standing up, stretching, and getting some fresh air. Life is short, so make sure that you enjoy it. This is Nick from Mobile Code Media, and if you've gotten value out of this video, I'd appreciate a like. Feel free to also leave a comment and let me know any domain registration tips that you personally have. And if you want to see future videos, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. As a web developer, it's really important to have a live site where you can showcase your work and offer your services for sale. I know that a lot of people recommend AWS or DigitalOcean, but there's nothing quicker to set up or easier to manage than a shared hosting account while still leaving you with full control over your site's files. Shared hosting is only a few bucks a month, and you don't have to worry about managing the server or if security software is up to date because they manage all of that. You also get access to cPanel Included, which is a web control panel that makes it super easy to manage your site. If you have any issues, customer support is there 24/7 to help, so give them a try. Now, I'm an affiliate for Bluehost, so I get paid for recommending their services, but I wouldn't recommend them if I didn't feel like their services were worth it. If you sign up under my affiliate link via mobilecodemedia.com/hosting, then I get paid a commission and it helps keep my channel going. The link is in the description.